They call it the Asus Republic of Gamer Zephyrus G15, and in this video, let's unbox it. A few months back, I reviewed the Asus Zephyrus G14, a thin and light, on-the-go 4K video editing beast. Okay, it's not, the most powerful laptop you can get, but for the size of the package, it really packs a punch. Now, this is the big brother. This is the G15. Now, what we have here is the, ooh, that looks nice. I got the white version. Man, that looks good. Sorry, quick moment there. And this cool little tag on the front. Pew, 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 pew. Anyway, so this is the G15, slightly bigger, slightly more powerful, and a slightly better screen. So what we're seeing here is the RTX 3070, the Ryzen 9 5900HS, same as the G14. We're seeing 1 terabyte of SSD, and we're seeing 32 gigs of RAM. So this one gets a little more powerful, a better screen, a larger chassis, and I'm excited to get into it. Let's check out the power supply here. See how big this power supply is. Oh, nice. Not too big, actually. Look at that. That is a good package. I really like the size of that power supply. I was concerned it was going to be much larger. So here is the laptop. Man, I love this white. I was really hoping they would send me the white one to review. The black is nice, but this really stands out amongst other laptops. And look, it still has a nice thin package. I'm obviously going to pull up the weight and the thickness here on the screen so you can see the exact specs. Kills me to pull this off because it's so cool. Let's see what we got here. We got a 8-core 7nm process CPU. We have the QHD screen, Pantone validated display, two-way AI noise canceling, and dual woofers. Everybody say woofers for the speakers. And then of course a bunch of other things, liquid metal thermal compound and Type-C USB charging. So a little highlight there for the unboxing. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and check out the build quality. As always with these Zephyrus models, I love how well the bottom panel is fit into the side panel. It is a very, very smooth, no catchy edges along this here. And then of course we have a bunch of ports available to us. We have a headphone jack, 2 USB Type-Cs, a USB Type-A, a network port, HDMI, and then of course your power port. On the other side, you have a mini SD card slot and a USB Type-A. Recently, I did a review of a laptop and they had that mini SD card slot. And I was like, okay, what is the point of this? But consider this. This comes with 1 terabyte of storage. And if you are a video editor, you know how much storage you blow through. So the really cool thing about this is you could grab a 512 or a 1 terabyte mini SD card slot, slide that in there, and then immediately expand your laptop to 1.5 or even 2 terabytes. So this makes a great on-the-go video editing package for a longer trip or for, shooting 6K B-RAW. You'd be amazed how fast I can blow through a 1 terabyte with 6K B-RAW on the Blackmagic Pocket Cam 6K. So that's fantastic. I really, really like that addition to the G15. Part of me wishes it was a full SD card slot so you could load your footage in, but you could still shoot on a mini SD card and load your footage in. It's just really what's your workflow like. Now, if you're curious about the exact pricing and availability, you can head down in the description below and click one of those links. Now, if you do use that link to make a purchase, we'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. But of course, that's what keeps this channel alive and the helpful content coming your way. Love this. It's not going to show any fingerprints due to this white top cover. You got a magnesium alloy chassis here. Super light. It's man, like I said, I try not to fanboy over this laptop because people get so mad at me when I'm like, oh, I love it so much. But it is a great laptop. It comes with a 90 watt-hour battery, so I'm super excited to test out the battery life of this laptop. And one thing I really enjoy about the Asus laptops over the past year is the amazing control that you get in the Asus Command Center. So we'll definitely be looking into that for the full review. If you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss that full review, this full review. All right, before we get this bad boy open, of course, classic Zephyrus style, we get a big vent along the back of the chassis here, a vent on the right and a vent on the left side panel, so great ventilation. And then of course, when you open the laptop, it kind of bumps you up a little bit. So you get this nice ventilation happening under the laptop, pulls the air through and cools the chassis very well. These keycaps, taking a look at them, they almost have more of an ivory color. That's kind of surprising. I don't know if you can tell here on the video, but they're a slightly different color from the actual keyboard deck. So the trackpad and the keyboard are actually kind of like this ivory color, but it's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check out the screen flex real quick. Definitely some screen flex. This is a bigger screen than the G14. The G14 has less screen flex, but I've been talking a lot about screen flex. I'm not so concerned with screen flex. Some of you are, so that's why I always like to do that test. Check out the bottom there. At the bottom, there's less screen flex than at the top, but whoa, that's quite a bit of wobble. There's a little bit of wobble. Let's go ahead and check out as we're typing. As you're typing though, the wobble doesn't happen, but if you go ahead and like move your screen, it may wobble a little bit depending on where you set your screen. One standout feature compared to the G14, if you're considering the two models, look at the size of that trackpad. That is a much better trackpad than the G14. It's quiet, secured very well to the chassis. The one biggest complaint I had about the G14 was that small trackpad. And here with the bigger model, they've totally eliminated that frustration. On the top of the keyboard deck, we have the subwoofers that were mentioned with this neat little tag. And then of course, your actual speakers are here on the bottom. So the audio experience is very immersive. And of course, we have our two vents here along the bottom of the chassis. The keyboard backlighting is one area I've been disappointed with the Zephyrus series. As you can see here on the down-facing camera, it's very, very poor backlighting on the keys. So that's one area I wish they would improve. You can definitely see it if it's really dark, but overall, it's not a strong backlit keyboard. However, the keyboard feels great under my fingers. It's a nice soft touch material compared to the Zephyrus G14, which has that more plastic, hardened plastic material. It's a quiet keyboard. And then of course you have a selection of function keys along the top row of your keys. And then you jump quickly into that Asus Command Center. I think it's called Armory Crate. And you have just this immense amount of customization. To me, Asus is really stepping it up in not only their build quality, but also their software. And that's why I've been pushing a lot of people towards these Asus laptops. The customization is great. The build quality is solid. I've had some people complain to me about maybe, just having to send a model back because something wasn't working just right, but they don't seem to be having any issues with getting, RMA models to replace the issues they're having. So just keep that in mind. I've not had any issues with the laptops that I brought into my studio here. I've kept most of them for over a month, 2 or 3, and they've ran well. I've ran multiple tests. I put them head to head. And so I've seen great results with these laptops. Now, that's not to say I'm an Asus fanboy. I love the Lenovo Legion series. I love the HP Omens. I'm somebody who's pretty neutral on who I like and don't like. I try not to feel an overzealous amount of commitment towards a certain brand, as I feel it gives me the best review of each laptop. But I will say, punch for punch this year, Asus is really standing out to me, and I've been really impressed with their products. One thing I just noticed here, I don't know if this is just my laptop or all laptops in general, but there's a little plastic piece here. I think it's to protect the back bezel of the screen. It's a little bit loose on this side and a little bit loose on this side. So that could be a concern. If that gets bumped, that could pop off. But overall, I like how this laptop is put together. They've really paid good focus to detail when assembling it. There's no sharp or catchy edges anywhere on this chassis. It's such a joy to review and take a look at. Not sure if you can see this, but per the indicator, these are both display and power USB Type-C. And actually, I want to make a quick correction from earlier. This actually comes with the RTX 3080 GPU in the specific model that I have here. I thought it was the 3070. That was my mistake. Now, if you have any questions before we get into the teardown and we open up the bottom cover of this laptop and check out the upgrade path, definitely comment below and let me know. I want to answer your questions to the best of my abilities in the full dedicated review. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. Now, before we dive into the upgrade path, I just want to point this out. If you see right here, it says Zephyrus. And I just think that is so unnecessary in a good way. And to me, it just really shows a good hat tip to buyers saying, hey, we care about the details. I recently reviewed the Acer Predator Helios 300, which really has not changed in at least 3 to 4 years. They still have this mediocre bottom cover. It looks cheap on the bottom in my opinion. And then you have Asus coming out and really showing some good attention to detail and just showing that, hey, like we care. We want to make our laptops as good as possible. And we want to just do little things to bring up the quality and the enjoyment for the buyer. And I think that's awesome. So without further ado, pulling off the bottom cover, as you can see here, we have our 90 watt hour battery. You can easily swap out your SSD here or add one here as well. But of course, to all of our frustration, you can only upgrade a single RAM's configuration. And so for me, this is disappointing. This is the same thing with the Asus Zephyrus G14, and I thought with the big brother, they would allow us to have more upgradability with the RAM, but you are stuck here with one swappable. Luckily, this one comes with a 16 soldered to the motherboard, and so you can get this up to, oh gosh, let's do some math here. Not 64, because that would be 32 and 32, but you can get up to 48. Correct me on my math if I'm not wrong there, but you should be able to get this up to 48 gigs of RAM if you swap this out with a 32. So that's good, but not great. I really wish both were swappable, but we can only ask for so much, right? Hopefully in the next year's model. But punch for punch, really excited about getting into this laptop with benchmarks for the full dedicated review. So links if you're ready to make a purchase, likes if this video has brought you some value, and subs if you don't miss out on the future uploads. I'll see you here in the next one.